Remember when Warhammer 3 first came out and Nurgle players were struggling to find ways to kill large single entities because there were just no anti-large units on the Nurgle roster? Well, we've had the Warriors of Chaos update, and there still are no dedicated anti-large units even amongst the human, like Warriors and Chosen. But I'm here to tell you that we do have an insane anti-large tool in the demon unit, Exalted Plaguebearers. Now, if you play Nurgle a lot, you've probably been using this for a while, but I stumbled upon this recently because I was doing a practice game as Wood Elves. My tree man was out front, just kind of idling, and 2 units of Plaguebearers just totally melted him. I had no idea what had happened until I saw the replay. So now I want to just demonstrate how crazy this damage can be. Just 1 unit of these Exalted Plaguebearers could bring the tree man down to like 1/3 health, but both of them will definitely destroy it. And yeah, you gotta get the Plaguebearers into range, and you gotta keep them safe, you know, but I don't think that's an impossible scenario. So the Plaguebearers remind me a lot of Dwarven Miners and Ironbreakers, who also have the special short-range attacks. And I recommend toggling off Fire at Will, so you can wait for the enemy unit to come fully within your firing arc, so all models within your unit can get a nice volley off at the same time. Now, it's not like the Plaguebearers are copying the Dwarves or anything, because the ranged attacks do different things. These satchels that the Dwarves throw actually do really good explosion damage and can clear away chaff units like zombies, whereas the Exalted Plaguebearers throw the volatile shrunken Death's Heads from what appears to be iron rings embedded in their love handles there. And you saw how much damage these things do against single entities, so different from the Dwarves. I like that. And it makes sense that the Death's Heads do so much damage because that is what is thrown by the Plague Drone unit, and they're meant to be a damage-dealing unit, but there's only 10 of them. And I would wager that all those Plaguebearers on the ground for 400 gold less could deal more damage and quicker. Now, I don't usually like to do math while playing video games, but in this case I want to see the overall range damage difference in the Plaguebearers and drones. So the drones have less models, but their Death's Heads do a little bit more damage than the Plaguebearers. They have a better concoction to seep it in or something like that. So it's 113 damage times 10 models. Alright, then they have 10 volleys, 10 ammo, so times 10. Okay. 11,300. Then for the Plaguebearers, we got 100 models in the unit times 38 damage. Okay, and they have 3 ammunition, 3 volleys. So if they hit all their shots, that's going to be 11,400 damage. So yeah, it's a slightly more total damage output than the Plague Drones, and a lot quicker. Now, don't get me wrong, I really like the Plague Drones. I like any flying unit with a ranged attack, because if the enemy has no viable flying opposition, you pretty much have your free choice of target. Flyers tend to be able to avoid ranged attacks pretty well too, and yeah, they still have to worry about cannons and artillery like that, but other artillery like trebuchets, catapults, the Queen Bess, they can avoid that, where the Plaguebearers would just get destroyed. But the thing about these Plague Drones is the Rotfly mounts are just so sketchy. They dart around, they're so jittery, it makes me wonder about the accuracy of the riders. Like, yeah, artillery is scary, but just keep the Plaguebearers back, wait until the coast is clear, and then just march them up slowly, and hopefully you can stick some Nurglings or something on the large entity and just watch as they melt. And what's really great is after the Plaguebearers use all their ammunition, they're still a really tanky unit, so they're just very cost effective, especially when the Plague Drones are 400 gold more and are supposed to be a damage dealing unit. This is a tank unit and it deals more damage quicker. So maybe this video will have helped shine a different light on the Plaguebearers for some of you who, like me until recently, knew nothing about their crazy damage potential with the ranged attacks. Well, thanks for watching and have fun out there.